know sometimes you think that things aren't going to go your way, or that you're not worthy enough, or that it's not possible, or that you will never get out the situation you're in, or you will never be rich, or you will never be able to help your family. So much things. But how many things has happened and you were surprised of? How many things you thought you weren't gonna get through, but you did get through? It's tough out here sometimes, with how life changed in the past 2 years. Things aren't the same. People aren't the same. Life isn't the same. People are just different. The world isn't the same. Traveling isn't the same. Everything isn't the same. You're not as joyful as you was before. Schools aren't teach the same way. Everything's digital. Just so much changes. And you just wonder to yourself, how are we gonna get through this? How are you gonna get through this? But the problem is that you're thinking too much about it. You're worrying too much. When you worry, it doesn't help. It just makes you think horribly. And I think what the problem is that we think too much about what the world got going on and what's happening around us, and not thinking about what we can do for ourselves. Why worry about the world? Why worry about what the world got going on? Yes, it's tough. It's tough nowadays. It's tough to talk to a girl. You don't know if you're gonna get embarrassed. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know how she's gonna react. It's tough to be a man. You don't know how people are. You know how people could judge you. Certain situations, just like fighting. Back in the day, of course, I'm not old, but from what I kind of seen, fighting used to be a thing. But nobody's really man enough to fight anymore. And even if they fight, and even if they lose, they can't get up and shake the person's hand. All they can really do is pull out a gun and think they won, and they really lost. It's probably tough being a female. I'm not a female, but I can only assume. Walking around with, a body that's attracting to everyone. And guys can come off wrong and say crazy things that, guys can come off wrong and say crazy things that not all females think of. Talking about their body parts. Some females aren't like that. Some females don't even think like that. And it can make them feel uncomfortable when we do that sometimes. It's tough being a child, living during the probably worst times in history. It's tough just living on Earth right now. Food prices are going up. All of these things are happening. But what I can say that's helped is looking at the positive side of things. More black people are able to be financially stable. Not just black people. All races are able to be more financially stable. But black people are able to, go up more in business, go up more in entrepreneurship, be able to, do the things they wanted to do. Another benefit is traveling and being able to get paid while traveling. It's more easier now than it probably will or has ever been. On another positive side, we're just breathing, man. We're here, Some people aren't here. Some people didn't wake up. Some people wasn't even able to make it past 2020. And we've made it. Yes, certain things may bother you. Yes, living may not be perfect. Yes, you may be struggling. And maybe you're not struggling. But at the end of the day, you can't look at the world. Because the world will always have something going on. There will never be something not going on. And that's just how life is. At least on Earth. But if you look at it in the positive way, it won't bother you as much. I tend to stop looking at the news for years. I haven't looked at the news 3 years probably more than that. But not looking at the news has helped. There's always a developing story. Something about something about something about something. Just over and over again, there's just a story being told, and that can really mentally bother you. That can really change your perspective. Matter of fact, take over your perspective. But if you look at it once again as a positive side, just enjoy it, man. Enjoy being on this world. Enjoy it. It's really tough. It's difficult, man. It's difficult living right now. But if you look at the positive side, there's so much positive. Yes, there probably is so much negative, but look at it on the positive side. Act like the negative doesn't exist. Because it's just going to make your life easier, as well as your family's life easier. Because you mentally overthinking about the world will mentally or physically bother your family members. Because they'll know when you're overthinking. They'll know when you're thinking about something. And that can have an effect. It's tough, man. It's tough just being a human living. Like, everybody wonder how this change happened. Nobody thought about this in 2016. Everybody was living their best life. In the summer, everybody would be outside, enjoying the heat, enjoying the weather, enjoying the sun God created, being outside with family, barbecuing, and just giving great energy. But now, we're just on the earth, wondering what's next. What shall happen next? Once again, we can't think negative. We have to think positive. Understand that God woke us up this morning. He woke you up this morning. And you just have to accept that this is just the way of life. And you have to enjoy it while it lasts. Don't let nothing affect you. Because if you let something affect you, it's just going to take control of you. For all the kids, adults who's watching, be positive as much as possible. Mainly for the parents, try to smile to your kids. Try to be happy. Because it isn't easy living around these times. Just as much as it's having an effect on you, it may be having an effect on your child. Because it isn't easy. Growing up now, some kids might be insecure about certain things. They might be getting made fun of just for things that don't make any sense. And being a parent there and smiling and having fun with them, admiring them, is what they need. And that's for every single kid. Every single kid in the world. And if you're a kid watching, try to be the best kid you can to your parents. Your parents go through a lot, and they may not tell you. They may not even show you. But just know they care about you. They want the best for you. It's tough right now on them. Bills are high. Food's expensive. Things aren't the same. Everything is just difficult. Try to be the best support you can. Try to understand that they know you're a kid and they know that you do things wrong. But if you can be the best kid you can and you can help them and assist them in any way possible, do it. Because not only would it benefit you, but it will benefit them. Because they don't have to be worrying about, oh, my kid's being bad. They already have a lot to handle. And you just being a great child will just remove a lot from them. Once again, this world is difficult, man. It's but you gotta think positive. You have to understand that, look, it's beauty in this evil world, man. It's beauty. I love y'all. We'll talk next time. But for now on, stay motivated and keep spreading positivity.